My voice might break as well because my internet is not working well. We had a storm few days ago, and after that the internet's
Yeah,
showing up
no
some
problem,
problem.
no problem. We'll see whatever possible. We'll see, no problem.
My voice might break as well because
No
my internet
problem,
is not
no
working well. We had a
problem.
storm few days ago, and after that the internet's
Yeah,
showing up.
no. Yes, Alinda, Manandhar, you can start.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Samuel. I understand that you had a mild heart attack 2 weeks ago, and I can also see from your notes that you had an uncomplicated recovery. So that's good. But can I ask you what's brought you to the hospital today?
Yeah, doctor, yes. You know everything about me. I'm
I
45
do,
years
yes.
old, and
Mm-hmm.
then I had a mild heart attack, and
Mm-hmm.
that a fortnight ago. I was discharged just 4 days ago, and I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
you because I
Mm-hmm.
am not sure how much of physical activity is appropriate.
All right. So you did a good thing by coming here because you didn't know what to expect. So so I can see that you were discharged 4 days ago. And can I ask few questions regarding your recovery?
Yes, please.
So how do you feel? Are there any symptoms of like breathlessness or tiredness, anything like that going on?
I'm not quite sure, doctor, but I have felt very much weaker and very
Mm-hmm.
tired since the heart
Mm-hmm.
attack. I am worried that any physical activities such as walking or gardening or swimming, this might bring another heart attack. So I'm a little bit scared. I want your suggestion, doctor.
Right. So if I were in your place, I would have reacted the same way. So let me explain to you that after having a mild attack, it is mild amount of fatigue and tiredness is expected. So I don't think there is anything sinister going on by listening to you. And regarding your concern for the exercises, I would recommend you to do a carry out moderate exercises, as it's been already 2 weeks that you had the heart attack. So you can carry out moderate exercises, like you can go to the walk and also carry out relaxation, indulge in stress relaxation techniques like yoga and stuffs. What I also advise you to do is you can join some cardiac rehabilitation program, which is available in the hospital. uh, and what they do is they will teach you how to do some exercises under supervision, so you don't need to worry out anything.
Okay. I'd
Does that
like
make
to ask.
sense?
Yeah,
Hmm.
of course, that's quite sure. I am an office worker and I sit at a desk all day and I don't get much exercise at work, doctor.
Right. Do you want to return to work right away?
Yes, of
uh,
course, as early as possible.
okay. So regarding that, I advise you to not to return to work at least 2 weeks, because you'll have to return to full energy before returning to work. And can I ask a few questions regarding your workplace, now that you have
Definitely,
mentioned
doctor,
it?
I am ready to
Yeah,
answer.
sure. How supportive are your employers? Are they optimistic for
I
you to
can,
return back?
yeah, they are quite supportive, but my duties are little tough, that I can tell
Hmm.
you. Straining my brain for longer hours.
Right. In that case, what I'd suggest is just rest at home for at least 2 to 4 weeks from now on, and then you can gradually return to work. And you can also search for any sort of assistance or any support at work before you return. You can let your employer know, and there should be any support available as well. You can search for that in your workplace. Does that make any sense? Are you following me?
Yes, doctor. Of course, that's obviously everything is fine, and I am actually worried of having another heart attack. So I would like to know what
Surely.
can I do to reduce the risk of further attacks.
Surely, your concerns are very reasonable. So, to prevent further attacks, what you have to do is you have to carry out regular exercises, which helps to decrease your cholesterol and keeps you active all the time, which will prevent your heart, make your heart healthy. And what we can also do is eat balanced diet, avoid junk food, remain physically active, and yes, that and come to regular follow-ups so that we can check your blood pressure and everything to make sure that everything's going all right with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, doctor. That's very clear. Thank you very much. Given me a good amount of information, but the information is very helpful. I'll try to
No problem at
gradually do
all.
more exercise on a gradual
Mm-hmm.
basis,
Mm-hmm.
please,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll also look into the rehabilitation program as you suggested. Thank you very much, doctor.
No problem at all. In the meantime, if you have any problems, do not hesitate to come back. We'll be very happy to see you again.
Thank you very much, doctor.
No
Yeah,
problem.
right. Now let us. Yeah. So, um, what you are supposed to do is try to learn C1, C2 vocabulary. Don't say anything, just mute your audio and don't speak anything. This is the feedback. Right. First and foremost is how relevant your answers are to the questions. That's important. And how you are connecting the sentences with one another. You can say like that. For example, I'll give you one sentence. You have to use the same style, but I'm going to give you an improvement in that style. Unless and until complete recovery is achieved, comma, considering the resumption of workplace responsibilities is not recommended. Okay, should not be considered. Or in another style, first and foremost, absolute or complete recovery is extremely important, and only then you can consider resuming workplace responsibilities. See the quality of sentences. So how you are creating two sentences, connecting them with one another is very important. I, or you can say passive voice. The thought of workplace resumption is well appreciated. However, absolute recovery prior to such an action is mandatory, is recommended. So I'm giving you some sentences here. So first thing is recovery, second thing is workplace replacement. And you can also add to that one. Any problem or any unforeseen situation might land you into complications, either by reducing your recovery pace or worsening your existing condition. So you can create your own quality sentences like this. We can also say like this. One, first things first. First things first. Initially, the recommendation is complete recovery. The recommendation is complete recovery. Okay. Once this is achieved, once complete recovery is achieved, then or if complete recovery is achieved, then we can consider about workplace resumption. So if then clause, however clause, okay, until and unless clause, phrase. So you can use different things like this. So you can improve your quality. This is grammatical constructions, phrases and vocabulary. The next one is you can take C1, C2 vocabulary. C1, C2 vocabulary. So how can you use C1, C2 vocabulary? Prominence, priority, some words which are better. You can use those words. Commencement instead of start. Okay. Start is an ordinary word. Begin is an ordinary word. Commencement. Or resumption. Starting work again. Restarting work. That is resumption. Resumption is a better word. C1, C2 vocabulary. I'm not sure. It may be C2 or C1. But it's a better word. So why don't we use resumption? Return to work is not that quality. Return to work. Resumption of professional responsibilities. Work, professional responsibilities. See the words, how transform. So try to transform your vocabulary. Learn better words. Give, provide, recommend. I'm giving you some points. Recommendations. Stringent adherence. Stringent adherence. Stringent, very strict. Strongly adhering. Following the recommendations, following the diet, following. So that is called adherence. Adherence is a very powerful word. Compliance is a very powerful word. Stringent is a very powerful word. So use such a C1, C2 vocabulary. Okay. Use a C1, C2 vocabulary. They are given in the group. If you cannot, you can contact Mira. She will give you those things. Just ask her, ma'am, please, can you give me C1, C2 vocabulary? She will send them to you. Write them down and learn the meanings, learn the pronunciation, learn the spelling, learn the word forms, learn the usage. There are 5 things. Simon's left-hand rule. Vocabulary. You should know its spelling. You should know its meaning. You should know its pronunciation. You should know its word forms. And you should know its usage. Spelling, meaning, pronunciation, word forms. That means, for example, familiar, familiarity, familiarize, like this. So word forms, all the alternative word forms, you should know. Then only you can play with the words. Then last one is usage of these words. So these five are very important. So take this C1, C2 vocabulary and use them and make them a part of your daily practice, either in writing or in speaking. Because in listening and reading, automatically you will get them. But speaking and writing, you have to use active vocabulary, which are passive. Passive vocabulary should become. What are passive vocabulary? Passive vocabulary means when others say, you understand. Those are passive vocabulary. And you do not use them. That is, if you start using those words, it is. So words are three different types: unknown words, passive words, active words. Unknown vocabulary, you don't know the words at all. You don't know the words. First time you are going to hear, that is unknown vocabulary. For example, I use the word jargon, Jargon. If you know the word, that's known vocabulary. If you are listening to for the first time, okay, shaffer. So if you are listening or reading for the first time, it is unknown vocabulary. But next, second time when you listen or read, it becomes known vocabulary because you know it. Either the word or meaning or pronunciation, something or the other, you know it. So it becomes known vocabulary. But known vocabulary are distinguished into two categories again: passive vocabulary and active vocabulary. Passive vocabulary are only incoming vocabulary. Active vocabulary also outgoing vocabulary. Outgoing means the words which you use actively in writing or speaking are active vocabulary. The words which you listen or read from outside, intake, but you don't use them, are passive vocabulary. So try to implement these things and learn how to write a simple, complex, compound sentences using different types of connectors or conjunctions or whatever. Use them on a everyday basis. Yeah. So that's the feedback. Yes. Now you can speak, Manandhar. You can unmute and you can speak. If you're possible, you can start your video also. Otherwise, you can speak as it is. No problem. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll start using the vocabularies.
Mm.
Mm.
So that's it. That's the end of the session for today. Do you have any
Thank you,
doubts?
sir.
You can ask me.
Um, no, sir.
Yeah, today we'll have a reading session. Okay,
Okay.
so you can
Okay.
attend the reading session, and
Yeah.
whenever you are doing the reading and listening, you send them to me. I will correct and I'll give them today. Okay,
Okay, sir.
whatever you are doing, just
Mm-hmm.
send them to me. I will correct. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, dear. Have a nice day. Bye bye.